Well, I can't believe I'm back. Everybody, I've been looking up. I've been on the internet all day looking up articles and stuff like that. And this issue of Bad Boys, and I'm plagued by this issue of Bad Boys and Nice Guys, as I'm sure we were all plagued by it. Why do women love the men that they hate? Women hate the men that they love. It's kind of crazy, ain't it? It doesn't make any sense. But of course, with a woman, it doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense with a woman. Over 3,000 abortions a day and over 1 million unborn children killed doesn't make any sense. Single mothers don't make any sense. None of this stuff makes any sense, does it? All right. Let me read an article to y'all right quick. Let me listen. Just listen to this right quick. When I was 19, I dated this amazing guy. We attended different universities, about 3 hours apart, and he would make late night trips after class and work just to visit me for a few hours, then go back. He'd send me flowers for no reason at all, gifts, just because he was thinking about me. Hey, he never pressured me for sex, and we never slept together. He was a very pure and innocent love. I broke up with him because I thought he was too nice. Everything with him was too easy. I broke his heart, but all that mattered to me was that I wanted someone more fun and exciting. Now, listen to this. From ages to 20 to 26, I had a steady string of bad boys. Unattainable men who provided me a challenge. One was a mama's boy who didn't seem to know how to get from under his mom's thumb. Another was a serial cheater that I knew about, but thought I could change him. Boy, was I wrong. A third was a gullible guy who listened to everything his friends told him and never to me. And the fourth was a serious emotional abuser. They were all great at first, but of course they changed after a few months. Much to my dismay, after the final one, I was tired of trying to change guys and mold them. From then on, I decided no more projects. I wanted a guy that was already together, that didn't need to be trained in how and knew how to treat a woman like a queen. Needless to say, I got him. And that very same guy I dated back when I was 19, I thank God every day that he put in my guy's heart to give me another chance. He hasn't changed one bit. So this nice guy is obviously a fucking moron. Now listen to this. Back when I was 19, so it took her 10 years of fucking around and sucking the cocks of bad boys, and then when she was done with that, then all of a sudden she's ready to get back to the nice guy. All of a sudden, and this idiot was gonna give her the time of day. Can you imagine that? You dating a woman at 19 and she takes that's 10 fucking years of her childbearing years, right? Childbearing years. That you could be having babies with her to play with bad boys. Then when she's 30 and her childbearing years are almost gone, all of a sudden she want a nice guy. I mean, does that make any sense? Would you want a woman like that? Would you want a woman like that? You get these women sit on here and complain about black men ain't shit, but they talk about they want bad boys. They love the men that they hate. I mean, what the fuck? The very men that they complain about that ain't shit are the men that they love, that they want. But the dudes and the so-called men that they talk about, I want a good man and a decent man, they don't want those type of guys. So let me ask y'all this question, because I gotta make 2 more videos after this. Now, listen to this. Let me ask y'all this question. You get a woman, right? You think about it. You think about a woman. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna save that for the next 2 videos I'm gonna make. But you know, these women get with these type of guys, and they sit up here and reject the guy that's going to treat them right, do everything for them, for somebody that don't give a shit about them, that treat them like shit, that beat their ass. And I'm gonna tell you, some of them that's in abusive relationships physically, they get off on that. It's this crazy girl on my board talking that dumb shit. Her name is I'm a low down dirty slut, and she said some shit about I like men that beat on women, that beat me up. That's a turn on for me. So you're telling me that if I beat up on a woman, that'll help her. That'll help her love me or want me more. Can you see how stupid that sounds? So these articles that I'm reading from these stupid women, it's insane. Now, I am just tripping, man. You know, Now, let me read this one to you. I always dated the studious, square type of guys that were perfect gentlemen and rather bland in the masculinity department. They tried hard to be nice, but they came across as wimpy. This guy was totally manly in every sense of the word. My response to him was a cellular level. But what kept me around him was the thought that I was sneaking and doing something. I knew my parents wouldn't approve of. I don't even want to read the article. This is sickening, dumbass. So these women want to be sluts and whores, just to prove something to themselves. I want to be a slut and a whore. I don't want to be good. Here, it's a verse in the Bible that talks about evil people taking evil and calling evil good, and good evil. A woman is bored by a man that wants to do the right thing. And you wonder why there's so many single mothers out there. You wonder why these women end up single in their 40s with no man. You wonder why. You wonder why there's so many kids out there with no fathers. Because you wanted a fucking challenge. What the fuck? I mean, seriously, man. Think about this shit for a minute. These women seem to think that we want their old ass at 30. We don't want your ass when you're 30 years old. We want you when you're fucking 18, 19, and 20. We don't want you when you're 30 and 40 years old. You old ass bitch can't have no kids. Why the fuck do you think we want your ass at 30? You want to be like a man. You want to fuck around in your 20s with these niggas, and when you too old and ugly and your years is gone, then all of a sudden you want a nice guy all of a sudden. What the fuck? Then when they waste their childbearing years, they want you all of a sudden. And then it's like you get some of them, they'll have babies with the bad boy because they thinking they gonna have babies to get his bad boy genes or some shit, and they won't even have no baby with your ass. Then they expect you to raise the bad boy's kids. What kind of shit is that? Then they complain on these boards, whining and complaining, talking that bullshit, and the very men that they're complaining about that they hate are the very men that they love. They love these motherfuckers. Then they say, we don't want bad boys. Man, get the fuck out of here. You ain't fooling me. You ain't fooling me, and you ain't fooling none of these other dudes that's on this motherfucking, on this damn YouTube. I've listened to all the arguments. I've listened to the videos. I know the truth. You women are full of shit. You're full of shit. I mean, when it comes down to it and you add it all up, you can only equate all of it into bullshit. That's what it is. You know? Whining and complaining, talking about men ain't shit, men don't love their kids. But the very man that you're rejecting, saying that he's too nice, this is the same dude that's going to take care of his family and love his children and his wife. I mean, what the fuck? You know? The very men that they hate, they love. They like being with these type of guys. They need something to complain about. They have to have something. There can be no peace whatsoever. They got to complain. They have to. If there's any kind of peace, if everything is right, they don't want it. If everything is right, they don't want you. Except there has to be something wrong. There has to be something wrong. They have to be doing something wrong. Period. These women have a rage and a hatred inside of them. They want to be men so bad. They want to fuck like men, screw like men, sleep around like men, act like men. They want to be able to do what we do. Be sluts and whores. That's what it boils down to. They want to be sluts, whores, and that's it. They don't want to be nothing else. Why do you women think that a man should, after you done gave your body, your body and your virginity and your body to 20 other dudes, and you think that a man we supposed to want you or something after that? And it goes for the men too. But I look at men and sometimes I think like, well, damn, you know, men telling the man to keep his virginity is fucking, he's not going to do it. But I'm saying, this is like more of a question toward the men. I'm saying, do you want a woman that 20 other men didn't had? I mean, you think about it. I've asked this question in other videos too. You looking at this girl and she didn't screwed like 5 or 6, 10 to 15 dudes that didn't had her body. Can you imagine walking down the street and she see one of these guys walking, they be like, hey baby, yeah, we used to be together. This bitch stuck his dick all up in her, busted a nut in her mouth and shit. She done sucked his cock off. Do you want a woman like that? That the 20 other dudes that already been there? I mean, seriously. Because there's nothing sacred between y'all. There's nothing there. You know? And to find a pure woman, and a virtuous pure woman, it's fucking impossible. These women are losing their virginities at 12 years old. But I think about it, man, and I think about it, man, and I think about it being nothing but bullshit. I mean, you know, no matter how much these women complain about these guys that they claim ain't worth a shit. These are the guys that they want. They want the men that ain't worth a shit. They want these guys. They don't want a decent man. Period.